you know, when you're doing a lot of, like if you do a bit of tailoring and you just catch through the fabric, or you're doing a lot of pinprick stitches and things like that, and just at the end of your fingers, all your skin seems to disappear, doesn't it? And then sometimes you put a moisturiser on, and it's like, you know, because you want to put something healing, and it's really, really stingy or anything. Or even if you don't do any sewing, if you're washing up all day, or got kiddies' clothes, you're washing all day and everything like that. I don't use my dishwasher anymore, so I'm always, you know, Fairy Liquid, the works and everything. If you had this is what you need. This is what you need. We're going to meet the creator of Seams Couturier's hand cream. Karen's going to explain everything about it, why it's good, what it is, what it does, how she made it and everything like that. So come with me. It's £14. Very reasonable price. Imagine, you know how much money you can pay for some of those hand creams out there, those posh hand creams out there. Hello.
Hi,
I know you've been waiting for ages, haven't you?
Double side.
Oh, two. Right. First of all, who are you? Where'd you come from? What do you do?
Right, my name is Karen.
Yep. This is Karen, everybody.
Hi. Okay, from London.
Yes.
I was in the fashion business for many years. Stopped work, had my kids.
Right.
Then I designed some hats. And I just had this idea, because I was sewing, knitting. I suddenly had this idea to make some hats. It was called flatter hat. It was like a pack-a-mac.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it turned inside out.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to go along and take a course, find out how to make them, because I wanted to cut my own patterns and everything. Yes. So I did a 2-week course at the London College of Fashion. Well, little did I know how difficult it is to make hats.
So have you still got little children at this point?
At this point, it was 5 years ago. No, my kids were teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they were on their way out of the house by then, nearly.
So you went for a 2-week course. How brilliant do you think, I want to make a hat, don't know how to do it, I've got to know the basics, I'll go and do a 2-week course and learn how to do it.
Well, that's what's amazing around here. You can do anything
now,
can't
you? Totally.
So anyway, so I did the course. My hands were cut, burnt, sore, dry. I was rubbish at making hats, by the way.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But my hands were cut, burnt, sore and dry, so I was going to bed at night with antiseptic on. You couldn't put hand cream on. I couldn't use hand cream in the day because it marked the fabric.
Yes, of course, yeah.
So I sat there, I said to the tutor, okay, what hand cream do you use? She goes, well, we've never found one. And at that point, I thought, okay.
That was the light bulb moment.
That's what I'm going to do. So 2 weeks later, I thought of the name Seams because I was sewing.
Right, so you haven't made anything, you haven't made any moisture, you've done nothing but think of the name to start with.
Done nothing. Right. Registered the name. A year later, I had the hand cream.
Okay, so the quick question, not the quick question, the main question is, we all have ideas at home, but then if you think, right, I want to make a moisturiser which is going to do this, and this, what's the first phone call you make? I don't even know who you'd ring. I don't know where you'd go to even start the process.
Well, first of all, thank goodness for the internet, and I've met some amazing people as well who have really, really helped me. But I walked into my local chemist. I said to the pharmacist there, what do I do? He says, well, you've got to find a contract manufacturer. This is like a factory that makes it, and the factories have their own pharmacists. Yeah. So I phoned around, went and visited a few factories. It just so happens on one of the factories, which is actually the factory I've ended up working with, recommended a pharmacist, and it turns out she's the best in the business.
Oh, brilliant.
So I sat with her, I told her everything I wanted the hand cream to do.
Okay, so that first meeting, you met this lovely pharmacist, you sat down and you said, I want a hand cream that does...
That mends the skin, helps to heal, that moisturises, that softens the skin, that conditions the cuticle, that strengthens the nails, that's not greasy.
Right, because if you're making it for, not just for people who do sewing, but like if I'm sitting in a workshop, when I used to make, there's no way you could moisturise your hands. I used to make wedding dresses. Right? There's no way you can make a moisturise your hands and then touch silk or touch, or we had Dupion silk here. That's going to mark immediately. And if you're doing a wedding dress, for one example, you've ruined it. If you've got greasy hands and you've moisturised your hands and you pick up your silk, also you might not be able to see it straight away, but that bit gets greasy and it attracts all the dust. Do you know what I mean? So you can't be putting moisturiser on.
And you can't work properly if your hands are greasy. You can't do anything. You can't hold a pen. You can't work on the computer. You can't do anything. So, and also you're washing your hands all the time. You're touching the fabric that's porous.
Yes, of course.
Everything we do.
But if you also think, sorry to interrupt.
No, don't worry. I'll wrap it on.
But you know how when you get new fabric, sometimes they've been in a warehouse, they've been shipped, they've got all sorts. You know, there's all sorts.
Bits of fluff on.
You forget, and also some of the little threads where it's been cut are little sharp. Like earlier on the first show, I breathed in when I lifted a piece of fabric up and I got all
Yeah, I heard you say, well, those threads sometimes end up in the fabric as well.
Yes,
which is
exactly.
no good. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you're washing your hands are dry. And that was the main thing on the hand cream. It had to be non-greasy.
Right.
Had to soak in straight away because I wanted it to work from within the skin. And it had to smell nice. The scent had to be like a baby powder type scent.
Yes, yeah.
But when you opened the tube, I wanted it to be calming.
Right.
But then
Blimey,
to
didn't ask
disappear...
much. This poor pharmacist must have gone,
She looked
right,
at me.
well, she wants hand cream. That I know exactly what goes in that. And then it's like, I need this, I need this, I need this. And then to the smell and everything.
You should have seen her face.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
She loved me at the time. But I wanted the scent to disappear because when you use a hand cream, you don't want the scent on your hands and then that to transfer onto the fabric either.
Right.
So she said, okay.
Right.
Okay, I said, okay, and I want the best natural ingredients as well. I said, make the best hand cream, don't care what it costs.
Right.
But it has to be within
within
a bracket.
It's stupid to say, oh, it's got this lovely hand cream. It's £7,000 for a tube.
Yeah. But actually, we could charge a lot more for this.
Oh.
Because the amount of ingredients that are in this hand cream, but I haven't. I've wanted to keep it for everybody to be able to use. So.
Okay, so when you had your first meeting, and you've said to her, I want this, this, and this. Surely she must have come up with lots and lots of prototypes and everything.
Well, this was a first for her. She came up with this, and the first one was perfect.
Oh wow! Sometimes it's meant to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just that was it.
Okay, so let's talk about what. First of all, it's £14 for a tube. Can I just show you the size of the tube here? Now, I was saying this morning. I'm the worst person for things like that because you know when you go to a hair, my friend Jamie, right, British hairdresser of the year, and he says when you wash your hair you need this much, right? And I look at that in the shower in the morning, and think, oh that, and I go like this, completely wrong because you're over. You don't need much.
Well, no, your hands aren't that big.
No. Well, I've got fat sausage fingers. They might
well, here, let me try. I'll show you.
Okay.
I mean, you literally. I'm going to put some on while we're here as well.
I'll just take my ring
because I can't resist. Actually, you don't even need to. I don't.
No. Oh,
but, well, it's up to you. But
No,
you don't have to.
That's right. Oh yes, I can feel that. That's sinking in immediately.
Yeah,
so, what's this? What am I smelling?
You're smelling Fragonia oil.
See what?
Fragonia oil, which is Fragonia.
Oil. Right, never heard of it.
Well, it's like tea tree because I wanted to put tea tree in it because I love the effect of tea tree.
It's got. Now you know how tea tree is quite a sharp smell. This is. It smells clean without smelling harsh. Does that make sense? You know when you get tea tree, I love the smell of tea tree, but you know it's going to be, you're going to put it on, it's going to not sting, but this feels like I'm not cleansing, but it feels like a lovely clean smell.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
Without
there you go.
it being...
And that's why it's white.
Perfect, okay.
Sorry.
So that's Frenzy what?
Fragonia. What happened was they were farming in Australia. There's only one place you can get this Fragonia oil.
Oh, okay.
They were farming the tea tree.
Right.
The Fragonia plant got into the harvest by accident,
Right.
and they discovered that it does exactly the same as tea tree, but the scent is lovely.
Oh, wow.
And it's calming as well.
Yeah, yes, it smells very, very, very calming.
And there's a bit of lavender in there.
Right, which is also good for calming.
Yeah.
And what others?
We've got shea butter.
Okay, now I've seen that on. I won't say the name of the shop, but a lot of my girlfriends cover their whole body in shea butter. Yeah.
Yes, well, shea butter was used by the ancient Egyptians.
Oh, okay.
That's how far back it goes because it softens. It helps to soften, as I know I'm meant to say. It helps to soften, soothe, and your skin.
Oh, fantastic!
And nourish.
Brilliant.
So, macadamia nut oil.
Oh, okay. So now, do we need to tell people? Obviously, we need to tell you it's got nuts in it. I just tell you this. Need to tell you it's got nut oil in it. Now, I can't eat nuts. I don't have to do anaphylactic shock, but it just makes me poorly if I eat them. I have an intolerance to them. But so we need to tell you they're in there. But it's not like
I've never had anybody.
No.
But as with everything,
you
can be allergic to anything.
Yeah. Oh yes, totally.
So rosehip oil.
Oh nice. Oh that's what what did we have when I was little? Rosehip syrup we had when I was little. What was that for? Rosehip. I wonder what that was for. I just remember rosehip syrup. Oh, that's like so. Your pharmacist must have been completely on the same wavelength as you. You know, we were saying it meant to be because you could have gone to another pharmacist who'd never heard of.
Yeah, that's why I did see a lot of pharmacists, and I just knew when I met this lady.
But she obviously got it right the first time round. then she was on the safe way thing, you need a bit of rose hip. Obviously, there's other things in it which we won't know what they're for or anything like that to make a cream. But the key ingredients are those 5.
Those 5, but it's actually got 10 key ingredients in it.
Oh, has it?
Which is a lot for a hand cream.
Yes.
Because I wanted one hand cream that does all.
Right.
I didn't want one for this and one for that. I wanted one hand cream that does all. Also, the scent. She sent me a lot of scents, which I trialled. The one I picked happened to be called Amber Cocoon, and my one daughter's name's Amber, and one of my other daughter's name is Coco. And I thought, okay, I can't have a bigger sign than that.
But now what about, are there other children as well?
Yeah.
Where are their names?
Yeah, his name's not in there. He helped me unpack the first delivery though.
Yeah, that's not, you unpack the boxes, I'll name it after. Right, okay, now we can talk about hand cream, but we're not the first people to have it. Obviously, you've got clients who use it and everything like that. What have they all said about it? What have they? Because we could stand here and go, it's this, but the proof is in the not the eating. You don't want to eat it, but it's in the using, isn't it? Because you don't want. We wouldn't bring you a hand cream that nobody'd ever used before. You know what I mean? Like you've got quite a few people. No, you wouldn't
get me on here if there wasn't a good review.
So where else have you been? What kind of people have been using it?
It started off, actually, I launched it backstage at London Fashion Week. Okay, and the makeup artists were using it, and the models and the seamstresses. I mean, can I say which ones? Or? Yeah, I had a seamstress from Selfridges.
Oh, yeah, you can say.
Yeah. She had a cut, because when you're sewing, you'll get a reoccurring cut somewhere.
Oh, yes.
Or a blister, or whatever. And she said to me, the only time this cut on her thumb has ever healed is when she's on holiday.
Now, this is from your website, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't
the top
see
one, Joanne.
Glasses.
Posh name. You'll be able to read that. If you go to your website, you'll be able to see all of that, won't you? But it's nice to know. And then who's the bottom one there? Oh, makeup artist for Good Morning Brit. Oh, is that Kate Garraway there?
That's Kate Garraway. That's that's Helen Hand took that in for me.
Okay.
And then they've. I mean, everybody was loving it. This is all genuine. I haven't everything on there is totally genuine.
You'll be caught out if you made it up.
Totally. People coming in. So it's backstage at Netflix, at CBS. All the film studios, the big films have used it. Some actors won't go on stage without my hand cream on their hands.
Also, I imagine. I know a lot of dancers, actors, I used to work that, they have their routine before they'll go on stage, before they'll go onto a film set. They have to put this shoe on first and that shoe on first, and you have to do the cufflinks in the right order. And then a lot of them will have, like when I used to do Poirot, in the morning, David Suchet would arrive, start it, and as soon as the moustache went on, he became Hercule Poirot, and that was part of his routine. Yeah. But he would have different hand creams and smells and everything like that. He had to have before he actually went onto the set to start filming. I think Dancing on Ice. You apparently.
Well, Dancing on Ice. Here, I'm going to give you a little massage while we're talking.
All right.
Because you'll see how one hand. Here, we'll do this. So you'll see how one hand feels so much better. Because talking about actors, they like to have their hands massaged before when they're in makeup.
Massaged actors,
yeah. It just helps relax you.
But you see, that's part of when because I used to work in films, and the makeup, hair, and costume. Part of your job isn't just knowing about your art. You're the ones that get the actors ready for a day's filming in the morning. So if they come in a bad mood, it's up to hair, makeup and costume to get them into a better mood and things like this. I'm not saying it's a mood enhancer, but because it smells lovely, it smells relaxing and things like that. It's a good start to the day, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well, we hold most of our tension in our hands.
Oh, do we?
If you think about it, if you're at home now and you suddenly start thinking about your hands, you'll realise how tense they are.
I suppose if you look at pictures and if your hands are a bit like
that. Your hands are like
that. Or good to message one of our customers, Karen. Susan. Karen, your cream is fantastic. I've been using it for a couple of months now from Sue in Kent.
Oh, that's
lovely. There you go.
Thank you.
That's not off a website. That's our Sue from Kent, one of our customers here.
Oh, how lovely. And going back to Dancing on Ice.
Yes.
Yes, the figure skaters, two of the figure skaters, they've sent me videos that are actually on the Instagram.
Oh,
fantastic. They said it's helped cure their eczema.
Oh, really? Now, obviously, we're not doctors, so we can't say this will cure your eczema. But but two dancers from Dancing on Ice have used it, suffering from eczema, and it's helped a clear. Obviously, and that's extreme on ice all day. And well, also they must cut on those blades. And
the blades, the ice, the cold.
Sequins as their partner spins round and everything like that. Also, Claire Louise. Do you know Claire Louise Hard?
Yeah,
she's one of our regulars. Everything. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Claire Louise Hardy, producer of Great British Sewing Bee, which hasn't put what she's put. What's she written down? Oh, addicted to seams. It's the least greasy hand cream I've ever used. And then who else? Oh, Anthea Turner. Oh. And then what's the middle one there? A Paralympic. Oh my. So it's even though you've called it seams, you've called it for couturiers and everything, but actually. It's anybody can use it.
Everybody's got hands. We forget about our hands.
Yes.
I mean, it's like whenever I say to anyone I'm in hand cream, they go, "Oh, my hands are awful. My hands are awful."
Yes, because I suppose most people will spend a fortune on creams and in fact, when I was at Pavers last week, right, Debbie Paver, she's this incredible woman. I won't say how old she is, she's in her 60s, and she looks fantastic. And I said, "Oh, what work have you done?" She said, "Nothing done," but she pays for all these different creams and potions and everything like that. And that's what she's done. She said, "Oh, don't do this with my hands." Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of we worry about this and forget about, and yet sometimes hands can be one of the most aging, that's a giveaway of your age, isn't it, your hands?
Yeah, well, it's only when your hands hurt that you suddenly start thinking about it.
Yes.
I mean, I'd say as well, but even just down to with your sewing machine, okay, you oil it, you change the needles, or you should do it, you service it, but it's the hands that are your tool, really.
Okay, now, we're not saying how many we've got 100 of these, over a third have gone already.
Have they?
And we've only been on, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, so you're absolutely loving it. But the thing is, right, at the price that it's at, treat yourself, but I have a cupboard at home, which is for, I put presents in, and then suddenly you think, "Oh, I've got to give such a present." Go to the cupboard. This would be ideal for giving, or if you're in a sewing group and you'll buy each other a gift at Christmas or anniversary or something like that. Ideal as a gift.
It's ideal because there's not a person that wouldn't want to use it.
And also, a lot of the time, if you go for your face, you'd never buy anybody face cream for that present, would you? Because you don't know whether you've got greasy skin, dry skin, tea skin, spotty skin, whatever. Whereas this, it's not for a particular type of hand, is it? It's for everybody's
hand.
Right. Okay. Somebody's just tuned in saying, "How much do we need?" Put it on my hand. How much I need, and how long is it going to last for? Yeah.
There we
go.
Now,
if I do, because you shouldn't just do it when you go to bed at night time, should you?
No. I mean, if you're going to only use it once, keep it by your bed, because when you sleep, your skin is healing itself.
Oh, of course.
So it
So if you are only going to do it the once, then night time.
But don't do it once. You really need it morning. I say morning, noon, and night.
Hang on, Jessie. Go on. Morning. We couldn't see you, that was all.
Oh, okay. Morning, noon, and night. Really, every time after you wash your hands, you should do, but.
So in the downstairs loo. Oh, that sounds really awful now. The downstairs loo.
In your handbag.
But then at £14, you could have what Hannah wants to take. How big is it? What's the
millimeters? Well, in answer to the question, it sinks straight in. It works by biomimicry, which means.
Hang on.
Am I going too fast? Biomimicry. Okay. Well, I won't get too technical.
No, because you're not a scientist.
Yeah. But you've got lipids on the top of your skin,
right,
and fatty acids. This hand cream mimics them. So as you put it on, it's going straight inside. It's not like another. I won't trash any other hand creams.
No, you can't do that. Yes.
Some other hand creams, they're greasy. They sit on top of the skin, and they're just wiped off.
Yes.
This doesn't. It goes straight in. So it's working from within, and it mimics the crystals in your skin.
Which is what you want, really, isn't it? Because if your skin thinks it belongs to it, it's not going to reject it, is it? And
it helps. So you need to put it on, but if you're not using it all day, it's gone in and it's working and it's doing what it needs to do.
Brilliant. And now, what I was saying was, how big is the tube? How many millimetres?
This is 75 mil.
Oh, so you can take it on airplanes?
You can take it on airplanes.
Well, only because Hannah's just come back and she said when she got back, she was all dry, her hands were dry and everything. So you could have this in your hand luggage, couldn't you?
Have it in your hand luggage. You can use it on your on the plane, anywhere that's dry.
I thought you were going to say another part of the body there. You can use it on your... Jackie says, "Sorry if already mentioned, I'm late tuning in. Is this too perfumed for a man?"
No.
Says Jackie. Right, I can't answer. Tom? I don't think it is, because it's not scented. It does, I mean, there is a scent, but it doesn't smell like a perfume. It smells, well, if you imagine, I don't want to say a baby, because Alistair, who's on with us from House of Alistair, he sells scented buckwheat and everything, and his best-selling one is the one that smells like baby, but it's not kind of like baby powder. It's not like, it's just that. It's not a scent. It's not a perfume, is it?
It's not a perfume. It's not a lady's scent. It is a it's a unisex scent. And in fact, a lot of my customers tell me their husbands steal their hand cream.
You see, next door to me, John and Chris, who live next door to me, have like adopted me. They're just brilliant. He all the time is in his. He builds cars, sort of thing. So he's got like a 1920s. MG, and he's building me a Triumph Herald convertible, you know, and everything like that. Oh no, it's gorgeous, bright yellow, it's lovely, it's nearly finished. In fact, it's this colour, nice. But his hands are, now he's a man's man, right? And he wouldn't like moisturiser, I don't think so. But I know full well that he would, if Chris had this, he'd be going in and using this because his hands are forever getting jarred and caught on the engines and everything like that, whatever, motors, whatever it is.
Well, I'll tell you a little story, another story.
Yep.
we were doing a shoot actually with this, and this the cameraman got off. He's on a big motorcycle, big biker guy, and his knuckles were red raw. So I said to him, "Okay, come on, try the hand cream." He rang me up the next day, said, "I've got to have some more of that stuff."
Oh wow!
He said it's taken it down.
You see, that's the real. They're the real. You can write as many magazines, put as many things on a website, but it's real people coming back to you and saying, I've used it and it works. They're the best recommendations, aren't they? You know what I mean? And it just seems the more people you've given it to or sold it to, the more people are coming back saying it is fantastic.
I've never had a return.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, also men's elbows get very dry.
Do they?
They do. Yours might not.
Well, no, they most probably are because I've never put anything on them.
They've been using the cream. Yeah, because you can't see them.
No, well, Hannah said, because I normally wear t-shirts, I didn't wear t-shirts this morning. Hannah said my elbows look very dry, apparently, when I got the t-shirt
really?
on.
Did you? Okay, so the men have been using this on their elbows.
So this could be Hannah's job in the morning when I arrive. 2 years we've been here now, pick Hannah up every morning, right? Drop her off every day. She can do my elbows, can't she? And so, did you say there was another question? What did you ask me a question, Hannah, sorry? You said, while I was saying that, you said, could you say, and I didn't hear what you said. Okay, she's forgotten. It's fine. Oh, knitting. Her flatmate does a lot of knitting.
Okay. So, yes, as I knit as well, wool is extremely porous.
Right.
As you touch the wool, the moisture's taken out from your hands. Sometimes it scrapes. And listen, if you've got wool, if you've got dry... Well, it depends what wool you use.
Okay.
But if you've got dry skin, where does your dry skin end up?
Oh, in the jumper?
In the jumper, yeah.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Also, this hand cream, if your skin's moisturised and soft, you can feel more. So you can feel the warp and weft of the fabric so much easier as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I did an exhibition, a sewing exhibition. So people were coming on the stand, they were trying it, walking around the exhibition and coming back. They were saying the difference was incredible. You
need to get more... That's me telling you what to do. There are so many quilting groups and sewing groups out there, and we have festivals like Festival of Quilts, and we have Utopia. You need to get in with all of those people, because I think you'd be absolutely mobbed if you went to those kind of places. Well,
I'd love to go into a quilting group with my hand cream, and I'd like to see their response.
Well, you're the biggest quilting group there is here.
If anyone's interested.
But because people, if they don't know it's... You need to... No, I'm telling you, you need... If they don't know it's there...
Tell me.
No, I'm just saying, until CL told me about it, I hadn't heard of it. Do you know what I mean? So we need the more people... And the quilting community is enormous because they share ideas, thoughts, and everything like that. If you go onto any of the quilting groups or our fan page and everything, everybody is helping each other and everything like that, and just spreading the word sort of thing. So what we need to do is, the hundreds of you that have bought this already today, you need to try it, you need to tell everybody else, and then, because you need to get out there more and meet the people.
Yeah.
Well over half the stock is gone. I'm going to leave you for a little while.
Okay.
We will come back to you at the end, don't worry, I'm not going to leave you, because I've just got a few other things to do. I just want all the people who put it in their basket to start checking out and things like that. So for now, I'm going to say thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
She'll be back in a minute. I've just got a couple of other things to show you. Just think if there's anything else you need to on your notes, which you don't. You say before she came on, she's like, "Oh, I need my notes. You haven't had to look at your notes once, have you?
No, it's my memory. You see, as you get older, it goes.
So, well, of course, because it's your baby, isn't it? It's your baby. Right, we'll see you in a little while. I've just got a few other things to do over here. Brilliant. Right, how many have gone? So many of these are sold. I can't tell you. Oh, there's fewer than 100 now. There are fewer than 100 of these left. And it's only 10:49. We haven't even gone into repeats and everything like that. And so there won't be enough. If you're watching the repeat, you're going to have to be quick with these. So, quick sum up. If you missed the beginning of the hour, go back and watch it on YouTube. Hand cream for sewers with a beautiful smell that isn't
greasy.
Feminine. No, I was going to say feminine.
So
I would say it reminds me of Imperial Leather. You know, like old-fashioned, really expensive, lovely soap. That's the kind of... But it's not Imperial Leather, but that kind of expensive, not scent, but like a lovely, lovely, rich, expensive, posh hotel.
You've got the nail on the head.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Or the pin in the...
Yeah, pin in the finger. Yeah. So it's non-greasy. It's bio something.
Biomimicry. Goes straight in and works under your skin.
Yeah, so your lipids on your skin, it recognises them and it goes in.
Yeah.
It's good for healing.
Yeah, a pinprick overnight. I have been told by all my customers, they go to bed with a pinprick, they put this on. In the morning, it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, paper
now, obviously,
cut.
we're not doctors.
Or paper cut.
Yeah.
Little.
Paper cuts are horrible, aren't they? Created and designed by you and your pharmacist.
Yes.
Made in the UK.
Everything's made in the UK. Packaging, formula, the whole lot. And that's how it's going to stay.
And it's not been on air here before. This is a first today. And what else? Loads?
What else? Loads. Even just the fact when you're sewing, we all do it. Time disappears. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
And you just keep going. And it's not until you stop that you realise you've got a pain. It's like the old saying, a stitch in time saves 9, right? Which was from a mother who was sewing. They'd say if their child got a little hole in their clothes, the mother would sew a stitch as soon as the hole appeared, so that it would save 10 stitches later.
Later on.
Well, this is like, you've got 10 fingers.
Yes,
look after them.
Don't just do one finger.
Yeah. But just the massaging it in, you know, if you stop for a few minutes while you're sewing, just give your hand a little massage, even just pressing. If you press this pressure point now, you'll see how your hand relaxes, and it will just stop anything coming.
And you can put it on your elbows. You've got dry
elbows,
because that's
heels.
the other thing I've realised is when I drive with that elbow on the seat divider thing, and that because when you went off, I was like, have I really got dry elbows? I've got dry elbows. So you can put it on your elbows. Can you put it on your feet if you want to?
The heels, it's fantastic on your heels, yeah.
See, Hannah needs that, doesn't she? I'll tell you a story about Hannah later. In the last hour, I've got a fantastic story about Hannah in South Korea on her feet and everything. So anyway, and the price, £14.
£14,
it's brilliant.
It's brilliant for what it is.
But you on purpose kept the price, because you can go to shops and buy hand moisturisers for hundreds and hundreds of pounds, can't you? You chose when you first went into this that you wanted to keep it at a reasonable price for everyone to afford.
Absolutely, because this is what it was made for.
Yeah. And also, if you are a sewer, it's not going to, like, my hands aren't greasy or anything, so I could carry on sewing now. But also, you were saying you can feel the fabric better, you can feel the warp and the weft in a fabric and everything like that.
Sensitivity, everything. And also, when you're sewing, your emotions are in your hands, so your emotions are going into that, into your whatever you're making.
Okay, and key elements. We've got lavender.
We've got lavender, macadamia nut oil, shea butter, rosehip oil, oat beta-glucan, hydrolyzed keratin.
You've learnt these.
Well, I should know them. Yeah.
What was the?
Oh, Fregonia oil. Fregonia oil.
Because that's anyone will have heard of that.
No, and it's hard. It's actually. I have to buy it.
So that's come from Australia, does it?
That comes from Australia, yeah. And it's like the tea tree, but it smells
and you
nicer.
Literally need the tiniest bit. I think that what you put on me earlier was too much because it was able to do my hands and I went up my wrist.
Well, I was to go
yes.
put it up there. But it sinks in, but there is enough there you can massage with it as well.
Yes. And you're saying if you're only going to use it once a day, do it before you go to bed.
Before you go to bed. Just keep it by your bed. It actually becomes like a routine.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And your hands will tell you when you
no,
leave
exactly.
more hand cream.
But you're saying also keep it there all day after you've washed your hands, after you know, just as a regular, because you're not going to use that. It only looks like it's only. It's 75 millilitres, isn't it? But that's going to last because you're only using the tiniest bit each time.
And one little tip: when it has finished, it's not really finished because cut the tube.
Yeah.
Cut the top of the tube, and you'll see there's. I mean, it's with any tube of anything. There's bits left in.
Oh.
Just scrape them out. Yeah.
How brilliant! Now, if you are watching the repeat, what Hannah's suggesting is that you ring the call centre because there are so many in baskets. If they haven't checked out, if you ring, you can still get one because we think during the repeat this is going to sell out on its first day. It's going to sell out, and believe me, we had hundreds. We had hundreds of these, and I'll say it all the time. But you know me, if we don't, because I don't tell you. But these literally are absolutely flying out. Okay, we're going to have to go. Something's going on with one of our microphones. One of our microphones is making really awful noise. I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, two
sides.
Safe journey home. See you at Festival Quilts.
Will do.
And hope to see you back
Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome.
You.
I'll be back with Jane Alcock in 3 from now.